Welcome to Create Your Own Friendship Bracelet Organization. Now, I know many of you know all about how to make friendship bracelets and probably have your own tips and methods in creating, but I wanted to share with you some tips on how to keep everything organized and neat and tidy, and also make some suggestions of what to do with those friendship bracelets in this time that's uncertain in our world. So join me. And so we're back, and I'd like to introduce my daughter, Amber. Amber has been enjoying friendship bracelet making for a long time and has several tips for us today. What do you have for us today?
So this is my bracelet making kit, as I like to call it. I got this little case not too long ago, I believe at Michael's for pretty cheap. It's also very high quality. So I open it up, and on the top here I have a hoop for if I want to embroider some clothing, which I have tried to do in this quarantine as a new hobby using my thread in here. And then in here I have a little note sheets of different bracelet patterns that I've made. So these are what I've used to make bracelets with names on them. Alphabet pattern, which I'll show you soon. So there's a little top compartment of it, and I have the colors of the bracelet that I'm currently working on, as well as orange, blue, and white for an old bracelet. I have a pen and some scissors also in the top compartment. And then down here is where I have all of my string. I have gotten all of my string from either Target or Michael's, and I've bought them in large packs, or if I really wanted a certain color. So I believe I bought this color separately so I could have a pretty pink. So that's what I have in my kit, and I will show you how I do my bracelets. So like I already showed you, I have my little notepad that I write down my patterns that I'm doing personally, but I also use braceletbook.com to print out different patterns, and you can see this is how far I've gotten on this bracelet so far. You can choose really simple patterns with just 4 or 5 strings like this one that turns out really cool, or a few more like in this one. It's a really pretty pattern, and I believe that the one that I'm currently working on has about 24 or 25 strings. So you can do bracelets of all different types and how many thicknesses of string you would like. Like this one has 4 different colors, so a nice little simple bracelet. But then also I've made bracelets like this one that I think had 15 strings, and this one, these are from last summer, so they're a little bit dirty. I've made some keychains like this one. This one has 36 strings in it, and this bracelet has 8.
Wow, lots of detail to these. So you probably started out with just a few threads to begin, and then as you got a little more comfortable and confident, you added more?
Yes.
So that pattern, is that offered free on the internet? How did you obtain that?
Yeah, I looked up the website braceletbook.com, and it's free. You can make an account, and you can save bracelet patterns that you like into like a do it later list or like a to-do list. And so this one I had on mine for a few months, and I decided that it was time to start a new bracelet. So I started it. I'll show you how far along I got. It's a little bit of a retro pattern with lots of different colors.
Can you tell us about, I noticed you have a clipboard there, so that helps to do what?
I like to have a clipboard, and I clip down my bracelet like this so that I know that it's staying flat so that it doesn't start to roll up on the sides. And it's just a little bit easier to stay organized because when I'm done, I could just clip these under here. I can clip this right on top, and then it's just all in one spot so that I don't lose any of the strings that I'm working with or anything like that.
Wow, those are such wonderful tips. So I'm imagining that you probably gift a lot of these out, but you probably keep a lot too.
Yes, I like to make a lot for my friends, so I'm pretty sure just about every single one of my friends has a bracelet, either one that's matching with myself or one of their favorite colors. No matter the difficulty, if I am inspired or I have some free time, then I like to do it. I usually make like at least 10 bracelets over the summer, so.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing all your tips, Amber. And we'll be sharing a few more tips as we finish up the video today. But I appreciate your time today. And gee, it looks like just about anybody can do this.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much again.
So what I have here is a bobbin. These are sold at any craft store right next to the embroidery string or bracelet making string, no matter what you want to call it. So what you just do here is you just wrap it around for any length of string, any color, and it helps keep it nice and organized. Just like in this case here, you can see they're organized by color and by different texture of string. And I also have them here that helps me sort out which color I'm going to use next. So it's nice and easy for me to just pick up the string that I need to use so that I don't get it confused with any of the other colors.
Excellent. Thank you. So in summary, you can use this type of a container to organize all your threads, or perhaps a bucket, as you saw my daughter Amber use. These items seem to be a great way to organize your threads and keep them from tangling up, and you can organize them by color in the box. Amber also showed that she used the particular colors and had it attached to her clipboard, and it helped to keep her threads organized and together on her clipboard. A binder clip also is a handy tool to have to keep the bracelet in place. And as she suggested, you can also clip your plans that you might have printed off from the internet. Here's some ideas of some different bracelets that she has done, and her sister as well. Keychains and the likes. So, no matter what you do, have lots of fun, create your own, and keep yourself organized. Don't forget to surprise a friend and mail off a special project that you completed. It would be a super way to show a friend that you've been thinking of them and surprise them as well. Here's a book that I found at the Manlius Library that you might enjoy, The Martha Manual, How to Do Almost Everything. And I did find inside that she had a series about what to do with embroidery threads, and one feature of friendship bracelets, which we've been talking about. There's some different patterns that you can try out on your own. Another fun thing you might want to look into at the Manlius Library is a series called Craftily Ever After. This is just a fun free read for you, and oddly enough, the very first book right here is called The Unfriendship Bracelet. But you can see all the different titles that are in the series that have something to do with crafting on your own. So you might want to check one of those books out when you come to the Manlius Library.